The Biden administration is facing crisis after crisis, and the high influx of people illegally attempting to cross our southern border is not slowing down anytime soon. Let's welcome in retired Texas Department of Public Safety Captain Jaeson Jones. Welcome back to the show, Jaeson. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's good to be with you this morning.
Jaeson, you've sent us some more exclusive video from Texas, from along the border. Let's take a look at that now and talk to us about what's going on here.
Yeah, sure. Operation Lone Star is a $1.1 billion operation on that southwest border. But what Texas is really trying to do is show to the American people that it's not just an immigration issue. There are a lot of crimes occurring. You know, just this week we had 2 MS-13 members arrested in South Texas, and one of them was a convicted murderer. Now, in Rio Grande Valley, over the course of this fiscal year, they have apprehended 412,000 people. I want to say that again, 412,000 people. So the state.
All right, I think we.
A state of emergency.
Do we have Jaeson back?
Can you hear me?
Okay. All right, Jaeson, I'm looking at some of this video, and there's a truck that is going through a gate. Are we finding that that these folks are becoming bolder because they feel like they can get away with more?
That's exactly what's happening. Absolutely right. And that's why you see over 1,000 troopers sent to that southwest border to try to help CBP operations. While they are focused on the immigration layer, transitioning from a national security model to migrant care, no one is filling the gap for national security. And that's why local and state law enforcement are having to respond down there. Now, this is also where I've been very critical of the Biden administration and the DHS leadership. Why have they not sent down more federal law enforcement resources from FBI, DEA, and other agencies to help fill those gaps? Because while we continue to talk about this immigration layer, we have to remember that there are so many other criminals and crimes occurring. And that's some of the video that you're seeing there from DPS aircraft doing incredible work.
Yeah, you've been giving us such incredible video and statistics for months, and you've supplied us with the latest CBD numbers, which indicate weekly apprehensions are still at 50,000 a week. So just to give you perspective, folks, 50,000 people, that is the capacity of Yankee Stadium every single week. We're talking about 2 million anticipated illegals coming across the border, many of which are being resettled all across the country. You brought up DHS. Secretary Mayorkas was caught on a hot mic a couple of weeks ago saying that this is not sustainable. Are you seeing any change at all coming out of the administration on this?
No, nothing. And that's really the concerning part for me. You know, where is the accountability? We're 10 months into this fiscal year. We are seeing a border in the worst border crisis in American history. And this is where I've been very critical, because there is no accountability. And I think any reasonable and prudent person would say, how can we be this far along into this border crisis, seeing these waves of people from, just so everyone's clear, all over the world? I mean, CBP has admitted that people have been apprehended from over 148 countries at this point. And never mind the amounts of fentanyl and the adjustment of the cartels from human smuggling to human trafficking. Where is the accountability for this? And as we see, nothing is changing.
Jaeson, we have obviously a crisis in Afghanistan that people are very focused on. You just said it. You said that people come not just from those Northern Triangle countries, they come from all over the world, dozens and dozens of countries. If we see an emboldened Islamic terrorism start to impact our national security, if we see that because of the debacle in Afghanistan, how concerned are you that they will exploit the southern border and threaten the United States that way?
Yeah, there has been over the last decade a smuggling route that comes from Afghanistan over usually to the Gulf, Qatar and Saudi, and then moving people into South America through Brazil or Ecuador down there, where they then daisy chain people up to Mexico and cross them. Now, the average cost for Afghanis crossing paying what we call long-haul smugglers to be moved across the world is around $15,000 to $20,000 now. What I believe you're going to see, and, events are still unfolding on the ground, but the real tripwire to watch here is as people begin to leave Afghanistan in large numbers and go to the surrounding countries. That's the major tripwire to watch, where then long-haul smugglers are going to be utilized tremendously to try to get people to the United States border. Okay. So we've got about a 2-month window here. The question is, what's the American Homeland Security enterprise going to do to prevent it? That's the key.
They certainly haven't been doing much so far. Jaeson Jones, thank you so much for coming on today. Appreciate that incredible video as well.